It's me, Mix-Lydia, and welcome to the Mix-o-Lydian! Today, we're going to read some stories about music that the Black community contributed to American music. Alright, so where are we? We're in the 70s. Now we have hip-hop. Let's see, what does this sound like? I want to get into some modern music. The next story I'm going to read you is called When the Beat Was Born by Laban, Carrick Hill. Clive loved music. It didn't matter what kind. Whether it was the wah-wah scat of a jivin' trumpet, or the sorrowful twang of a sad voice, or the belting boom of a gospel singer, little Clive loved the way the sound thumped and bumped all the way down in his stomach. He loved the way the music made his feet go hip, hip, hop, hippity hop. Little Clive lived in Kingston, Jamaica. His hero was a DJ named King George, who threw the biggest, baddest house parties in the neighborhood of Somerset Lane. On Saturday nights, everybody who was anybody made their way to Somerset Lane for King George's hot dance parties. Little Clive was too young to go to the parties, so he went to the house when King George and his friends were setting up during the day. They arrived pushing a big old handcart stacked with crates of records. Clive had never seen so many records. He imagined himself as a DJ, surrounded by all those records, choosing just the right song to get the party jamming. He saw himself toasting like the DJs talking and singing over the instrumental B-side of a record. Clive dreamed of everyone's feet going hip, hip, hop, hippity hop. Little Clive really wanted to be a DJ. When Clive was just 13, he joined his mama in New York City. Clive wasn't sure he liked his new neighborhood in the Bronx. It was cold, and he had to wear a silly winter hat with ear flops, and everybody made fun of him. Clive did find things besides music that made him feel like he belonged. Sports. He ran track and lifted weights. He played basketball at the neighborhood playground. Soon, Clive was no longer little. He had grown 6 foot 5 inches tall. He called himself Kool as Clyde, after his favorite basketball player, Walt Clyde Frazier. But the kids on the basketball court took one look at his size and called him Hercules. Clive cut the name short to Herc, then added Kool to make it just right, Kool Herc. The best part of being big was that he could go to his mama's house parties, where he listened to all the hottest music and danced like crazy. Clive loved these parties. They were just like the ones where he stood outside of in Somerset Lane. One day, Kool Herc's father bought a monster sound system with 6-foot speakers. When he hooked up the sound system, instead of a really big sound coming out of the speakers, a little mumbling sound trickled out. Kool Herc spent days switching wires and plugging things into one another until one day the sound was big. Not just big like Kool Herc, but big like an entire block in the Bronx. Kool Herc and his sister Cindy rented the rec room in their housing project on Sedgwick Avenue. They hand-wrote invitations telling everyone when and where they could get their groove on. They posted cards around the neighborhood. They set up their father's sound system. On the night of the party, everybody who was anybody made their way to Sedgwick Avenue for Kool Herc's hot dance party. That's when Kool Herc became DJ Kool Herc. Kool Herc noticed that dancers danced crazy hard during the breaks in the song when the lyrics ended and the music bumped and thumped. Herc knew that's what dancers wanted, so he plugged in 2 turntables instead of 1. He put the same record on both turntables and set it up so when one record ended its break, he would flip over to the other and play it again. Doing this over and over again, he made a 10-second break last for 10, 15, even 20 minutes or more. Herc remembered the way DJs in Jamaica would chant and toast over the music. He started calling out names of his friends during the break. There goes my mellow, Kool is in the house, there goes my mellow, Carrick is in the house, there goes my mellow, Tiny Tim is in the house, there goes my mellow, Bambata. Everyone loved hearing his or her name called out over the music. He complimented people on their dance moves, he talked about the music and sent shout-outs. He made little raps like jump rope rhymes he heard on the playground. Or he would call, "Hey Mike, turn on the lights, make like a strobe." Mike would flip the lights on and off. Over the years, Herc took his parties to the streets and the parks of the Bronx. He plugged his sound system into the lampposts. They pulled so much power that the street lights dimmed perfectly for party lighting. Kool Herc's music made everyone happy. Even the street gangs wanted to dance and not fight. Gangs like the Savage Skulls, Glory Stomper, the Blue Diamonds, the Black Cats, the Black Spades turned into breakdance crews who performed some of the slickest moves. Herc called the coolest dancers breakdancers or b-boys because they loved to dance the breaks. Herc would find a really good break. He'd shout, "B-boys go down!" Then the breakdancers would cut and jump their gymnastics. Hey, hey, check it out! The top rock, the down rock, the windmill, the turtle, the suicide, one-handed hand freeze! Herc gathered a crew of friends to rap behind his DJing. He invited Kool, a Jamaican friend, to rap. He called him Master of Ceremonies, or MC. Coke knew about toasting like Jamaican DJs. He was the first of Herc's crew of MCs called the Herculoids. Herc would introduce them with a rap. You rock and you don't stop, and this is the sounds of DJ Kool Herc, and the sound system you're listening to is what we call the Herculoids. Soon, kids all over New York City came to see DJ Kool Herc, who threw the biggest, baddest parties on Sedgwick Avenue. Africa Bambaataa, Grandmaster Flash, Jazzy Jeff, and dozens of others all wanted to be DJs, just like Kool Herc. There's no story can't be told, there's no horse can't be rode, no bull can't be stopped, and ain't a disco we can't rock. Herc, Herc, who's the man with a master plan from the land of Gracie Grace? Herc, Herc! Herc didn't just rock the block. He put the hip, hip, hop, hippity hop into the world's heartbeat. Pretty cool, right? Nice. Well done, everybody. And how do we end each music class? With the goodbye song. Ready? The music time is over. The music time is over. It's time to say goodbye. It's time to say goodbye. Goodbye until the next time. Goodbye until the next time. Goodbye, 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 goodbye. Bye-bye, everyone, and I'll see you next week. Bye.